Welcome back to Dubai Real Estate Philosophy. My name is Ahmed, and today I want to cover another very cool project that we covered some time back, which was called basically Rove Homes. Now, for those of you who remember and have been long-time followers of the channel, Rove Home is basically a hotel concept. Rove Hotels, they have around 8 hotels already in Dubai, and they have a home concept, which we're going to deep dive into this video. They already have one done in downtown. They already have one done in Marassi Drive, which we were very successful at. We covered that project some time back. And now those guys are coming up with Rove Home in Meydan Horizon. Now, Meydan is a very underrated area. We covered why you should buy MBR City, Mohammed bin Rashid City, as the full name is called, because Meydan comes under basically the master plan of MBR City. So we're going to go over the details, talk about the project. We're going to look at some, investment analysis, all these things. First, we'll go over the brochure and all these things, better understand the project, and then we'll see about the investment analysis. So over here, you guys can see number one, obviously this is Meydan area. You guys can see the proximity to Burj Khalifa, the downtown. There's some swimmable lagoons, and this is basically developed by Al Ain, which is for those of you who know, it's also a city. It's part of the Abu Dhabi, basically the capital of UAE. So it's a development company by Al Ain. If you guys remember the last projects, they were being built by Earth. That's not that important. The most important part is, and we're going to look at Al Ain as well, but we're going to look more specifically into what Rove is. Now, just like I said, Rove Hotels, they have a lot of hotels, and it is a joint venture between Emaar and Dubai Holdings. This is something that's very common. These are the two behemoths, or the two juggernauts of the industry, obviously Emaar and Dubai Holdings, and they partnered up and they came up with Rove Hotels. And they're very successful. Now they've come up with that home design, and so these are fully furnished turnkey apartments you can use for personal use. You can rent them out long-term, short-term. They come up with all sorts of, features and all these things. So let's dive deeper into it. Rove Home Meydan Horizon, just some cool shots. First and foremost, let's understand where Meydan is. Now, for those of you who live in Dubai, you might be familiar with Meydan, and you might understand why this project is a very good idea and why Meydan is such a good idea. This is, of course, Meydan, and not to mention this entire basically thing before this is Creek Harbor. Apart from Creek Harbor, this entire thing and it goes all the way, covers all of Meydan Racecourse. It is one of the largest parcels of land in Dubai. It's actually called Mohammed bin Rashid City. We covered this a long time ago. They have crystal lagoons. It's one of the most prime locations in Dubai. But it's underrated because it's still developed, right? There's still some time, so that's why it's a good time to enter as an investor, right? Because if you look at the proximity and you look at our other videos, we're talking about how Dubai is moving towards the south area, Khartoum International Airport. That's where all the hype is right now, and where all the investments are coming. And rightfully so, that is a very excellent area. One of our last videos, we covered Dubai Creek Harbor, the last one, and how Creek Haven and Creek Bay are coming. So this is very close to all of those. It is close to the Ras Al Khor Sanctuary. We are very close to Burj Khalifa, DIFC, all very important areas you want to be close to in Dubai. Of course, you can see that the beach is not that far, but these, it's very well connected. There's a highway over here, Ras Al Khor Industrial Area. So very good proximity to the creek, very good proximity to Burj Khalifa, downtown, and of course, good proximity to Dubai Airport. This is still within the city. It's still where all the action is happening. And you can see some snippets of where the other Rove hotels are. So we have Rove Lamir Beach, Rove Trade Center, Rove Hotel Healthcare City, in City Center, in City Walk, which is very famous, Rove Downtown, and they even have more in Marina and all these things. But most importantly, 10 minutes away from Burj Khalifa, 15 minutes DIFC, 20 minutes Dubai International Airport, the marina is close by, Palm Jumeirah, and of course downtown, like we discussed. Now, moving on, this was just a snapshot of basically the Rove Hotel. You can see that facade design, and they kind of depicted Ras Al Khor Wildlife Sanctuary and downtown over there. Now, speaking about Al Ain, before we deep dive into the Rove Hotel, the actual developer, these guys are not a new company. They have had many successful projects before. Some of those to mention: Four Seasons private residences in Abu Dhabi at Saadiyat Beach. For those of you who know, Saadiyat Beach is a very luxury high-end area. These guys are also the developers behind that. They also made the Vida residences at Saadiyat Island in Abu Dhabi. Again, just like we mentioned, they're Abu Dhabi based. But not only that, in Dubai, they've also made Emaar's Address Beach Resort and residences at Jumeirah Beach, Dubai. One of the most iconic buildings in the Dubai skyline was also made by these guys. So now, welcome to Rove. Again, this is the kind of, a hype and the vibe that, Rove Hotels goes for and Rove Home will emulate. Now, this was their building in downtown. It is all sold out. It's well under construction. Marassi Drive, this is the one that we covered. Excellent location near the creek, near Burj Khalifa views. And now we're moving to their latest iteration, Rove Home Meydan Horizon. This is just a view from the Ras Al Khor Sanctuary in the heart of Meydan. Meydan, we already covered this location part. Now, this is more specifically where it is going to be located in. Now, this is specifically a location called Bukhadra. If you go on the map and you search Bukhadra, this is what's going to come up with. And there are many big developers that are here. There's Ellington, to name a few. Now, you can see where this plot is going to be located. It is a corner plot. This is basically a street intersection. This is where the plot is at, and you can see there's going to be a very nice little green patch over here, kind of like a small park. And then of course we have a swimmable lagoon, and this lagoon is a massive lagoon. For those of you who watched our MBR city, this is going to be over 2 kilometers long of a swimmable lagoon. That's pretty cool, and that's going to be a cool feature to have in your building. Moving on, this is a better render. Just like I said, a green lane and a partial lagoon view. Then we have the swimmable lagoon, and of course you have the community view. This is how the building is going to be designed. We're going to deep dive into the floor plans in the future slides as well. Some better renders, live renders. Basically, they have this nice little area. You have the lagoon. So very cool design, very nice design ethos. Of course, we have the podium. We're going to break down the building as well. And behind that, you can see obviously Creek Harbor. And not to mention, you can already see the Burj Khalifa views, but not to mention, this is where the Creek Tower or the Icon Tower will also be coming in the near future. So it's a very future-proof location, very solid area for future development. Now we're going to deep dive into the project. As you guys can see, this is the drop-off area. Rove, again, being a part of a hotel company first and then becoming a home. What they are doing is that they bring all the experience from basically their Rove hotels, the concierge services, the a la carte services, the management services, the cleaning, all these things that they have experience with for many, many years operating the hotels. They bring that into the home lifestyle. So number one, they have the drop-off. This is your first impression of your house. You have a very nice drop-off area, very nice lobby area that your tenants can come to, you yourself can come to, your guests could come to when they're staying. Colored with creativity. Keep in mind that this is going to be fully furnished. So any render that I do show you, and we're going to go into the materials that they're going to choose as well, this is going to come as is. It's not just a render where most of the videos were saying that keep in mind this is just for illustration purposes. In this case, it's not. What you see is what you get. So the design they have come up with over here, this is exactly what you're going to be getting. It is going to come turnkey, fully furnished. Now that was just a nice thing of the kitchen and the dining room render. This is the bedroom. Again, it will come exactly like this. The headboards, the beds, the pillows, the lights, the blind, the curtains, all these things will be included along with the bathroom. Of course, fixtures and fittings, and most developers are included anyway, but along with the mirrors, the vanities, and all these things will be included. This is a better shot of the bedroom. You can see over here, they also have this desk, the shelf style going on, the wardrobe, all that stuff will be included. It will come fully furnished as is. And of course, this is the living and dining room area. And this is a pretty key point for, the price and the payment plan, which we'll get into in a bit. This is a solid deal. You're getting a branded residence. And of course, when we do our investment analysis, we're going to understand why this is such a solid proposition base. So some renders. Now we're going to get into something that is very important. It's very tied into basically the Rove brand, the amenities, right? So packed with perks, ready to Rove. That's something that's cool. So in wellness and fitness, you guys can see how many amenities they have just dedicated to wellness and fitness. You can pause the screen. I'll just read out some. Outdoor yoga. They have a jacuzzi, swimming pool, gym, cabanas, sun deck, outdoor exercise area, steam room, swimming pool. Most developers have that stuff as well. But in terms of community, they also have a multifunctional room, right? We have gaming tables, entertainment, a putting green, mini golf, outdoor cinema, working pods, co-working, meeting rooms, convenience. They have a reception. They have free Wi-Fi. Kitchen and dining room is again over there. They have a Rove cafe and a 24-hour concierge. Now, these are things you do not find in other developers, and it really has that uniqueness. And now look at this gorgeous shot of basically the swimming pool. This really is designed in that hotel, wellness lifestyle type area, which is very different from, normal developers. Obviously, they don't want to focus that much because it's not that kind of brand hospitality brand that they're coming from as well. So they have nice, co-working terrace. And again, they've done an excellent job in downtown. Marasi Drive is also there, and there's no doubt in my mind Meydan is going to be very successful as well. Outdoor cinema and gaming area. We have that little mini golf course, putting green. We have a running track. You can see the beautiful views as well. We of course have the Rove Cafe. Now, if you've stayed in any of the Rove hotels, they have a very nice, it's not something that's super opulent like the Burj Al Arab, or maybe like the Armani Hotel or something like that. It's right there in the middle. It's not super high end, but it's not, super shady as well. It's a very nice balance, this cool, fun, playful, colorful design that they carry on with their hotels. They've continued in Rove Home as well, and that includes a cafe as well. So that's pretty cool. The gym, you can see as well, it's fairly standard. The lounge, okay, we have this double height, very nice floor to ceiling windows. It is really a vibe, right? So if you're living for yourself, if you're ever here and you're giving it out on short term, sometimes you might want to live yourself, sometimes you're short renting it out. It's a pretty solid and a very flexible property as well. Co-working spaces, again, you guys can see the colorful design and theme. There really is no other developer that does this kind of thing, and we were saying the same things in our Marasi Drive video as well. It's something that's very unique. Of course, you have a nice concierge desk, 24/7, so if you do need anything, you can do that, and that will all be included in your service charge. Gaming room as well. They have game tables, this cool Pac-Man machine, arcade design, Rove branded services, 24/7 concierge, the reception, Rove Connect, which is one of their apps and all these things, and a la carte services. Now, this is all the stuff we're getting into that other developers don't offer, right? So home and property services, they do also provide housekeeping, laundry, dry cleaning, alteration, vacant home maintenance, engineering services, florist services, personal and lifestyle, just like we said, childcare, nursing assistants, culinary dining. They do have chef services, food and beverage services. They can, take care of your bookings, all these things, which is pretty cool. No one else offers these kind of services. Again, they're pay as you go or a la carte services. And of course, Rove Home Connect. You do enjoy discounts at Rove hotels. You have better dining rates. So if you do already stay at the Rove hotels, and obviously you're a Rove Home investor as well, you do get some perks as well. Now, let's get deeper into the building design and all these things. Number one, we do have a basement. We have a ground floor with amenities. As you can see over here is the ground floor. And then we have 3 podium floors for your parking levels. And then the first floor, we have your amenities as well, where we saw the renders of the mini golf course, the swimming pool, and all these things. Now, the typical floors, we have 2nd till 20th are the even floors, and then typical floor, again, 13th and then 19th, we have the odd floors. So it goes all the way till the 20th floor. So not that crazy high of a building, but it is a very nice, building configuration. Now, when we're looking at the typical floor plan, this is from the 2nd till the 20th. Again, I don't want to dive too much into it right now, but we're going to cover the basics. As you guys can see, this building is in this kind of curve type shape. So some units are going to be corner units, some are going to be facing the back, the green lane. This is basically where the road is at, and of course this is where the swimmable lagoon view is at, right? So this is how it's shaped. It kind of depends on what you want. They have units per floor. They have 1 bedrooms, they have 7 units per floor, and 2 bedrooms, they have 3 units per floor. This is from the 2nd to the 20th floor. This is the layout that these guys are going to be having. Again, those were the even floors, these are the odd floors. Pretty much the same, not that big of a difference, but this is just to show you the layouts and what kind of views and unit number codes you're going to get. Now, this is a typical 1-bed floor plan. There are many types. We're not going to dive deep into every kind of basically design, but if we look at the total area over here, we're looking at 618 square feet. It's a very simple, workable design basically, right? So we enter over here, we have the nice dining, which we saw the renders of. We have a nice L-shaped open design kitchen, of course, with the bedroom. We do have the wardrobe outside, and then of course we have your bathroom over here, which also has your laundry room. So it's a pretty standard design. Again, some of them are going to be curved, some of them are going to be mirror unit. I don't want to jump into all the things right now. That if you guys are interested, you can hop on a call so like other clients and discuss in more detail. This is the same for the 2-bed once you enter over here. Now, the difference in the 2-bed, you do of course have a powder room type area where 1 bathroom can share along with your guests as well, and of course you have a master bedroom. And in this specific mall, because it's like on the corner side of the unit, of course you do have 2 balconies because it is a 2-bedroom, and keeping in mind this is 1,019 square foot. Now, fully furnished units, this is something that we've been saying many times. These are some of the things that they do have for the living and dining area. Again, everything you see is everything you get. You get the sofas, you get the wall decoration, the TV, the cabinets, the TV stand, the shelves, the coffee table, the armchair type thing, the carpets. Okay, for the bedroom, you get the lights, you get the shelves, you get the headboards, the bed, the wardrobe, the cushions, even the little plaything where you can sit on, and the carpets. Just like I said, this is one of those things that is completely fully furnished. These are some of the renders. Everything you see is everything you get, which is great for investors. You can buy it, you can rent it out instantly. You don't have to think about the furnishing costs and all these things as well. It's classic chic, modern, chic design that they have going on. Just like we said, project name is basically the Rove Home Meydan Horizon. Aeon is the developer. We covered that as well. You guys can see the Rove Hotels is basically the brand that these guys are representing. We have 1 basement, ground floor, 3 podiums, and 20 stories. Of course, anticipated completion date, we're talking about Q1 2029, and the service charge is 24 dirhams per square foot. Now, that service charge is very important. We have to keep in mind that every single thing that we have said is included in that service charge. Now, if we look at the historical data of branded residences in Dubai, a lot of the times they're exceeding 30 dirhams per square foot, and some of the luxury ones are charging almost 35 dirhams per square foot. And if you go very high end, there are sometimes crossing 100 dirhams per square foot. So for Rove to give all these a la carte services, give you that brand, give all these things, of course it's not the craziest brand, but it's a very solid entry point, and 24 dirhams per square foot is not bad at all. It is very reasonable. This is kind of the same type of service charge you get for a normal apartment by Emaar in Dubai Hills Estate. And the fact that you're getting all these services and that brand, all these a la carte services on top of that as well, is for 24 dirhams per square foot per year is pretty solid. Now, reasons to invest, again, you can pause the screen, but again, they do have some 7 points. We're going to mention this in our investment analysis as well. Iconic views, waterfront, direct lagoon, 7 steps to the water, 4-kilometer lagoon promenade, boutique scale, only 190 units, pretty solid stuff, 20 resort style amenities. Now, moving on, this is the payment plan. We have a 50-50 payment plan. So 20% down payment. Of course, we have to add 4% DLD fees for the one-time payable fees to the government, some admin fees, 2,000-3,000 dirhams, which is negligible for your title deed. That's it. And then we have the second, third, fourth, all the way up to the 8th payment. You can pause the screen and know. In this one, they do have 1 beds and 2 beds only. These are the average sizes. Okay, we have around 633 and 1.085 square foot. Now that we basically understood where it's coming, what Rove Home is, what the hotel brand is being developed by Aeon, who Aeon is, presented by Octa Properties. Those are basically the marketing guys. Now let's look at basically the investment analysis, why Rove Home is great, why Meydan is great. We kind of talked about it earlier, but let's just go over some bullet points, right? So number 1, strategic connectivity. This is just gonna wrap everything up. Again, Meydan Horizon lies along major roads, right? We have Ras Al Khor, Dubai Al Ain, giving quick access near downtown and core Dubai hubs. We already talked about that. Lifestyle, amenities, open green design, very solid stuff in Meydan. Of course, it's freehold and it's a very investor-friendly market because they do, obviously they're close to all the free zones and all these things. And it's a growing market demand and rental yield upside, which we're going to talk about very soon. Meydan has established itself as a desirable real estate destination with strong demand. Bottom line, right now, Meydan Horizon benefits from location, connectivity, lifestyle infrastructure, and market fundamentals that make it a solid base, whether for living or investment. So now, what is the future potential of Meydan Horizon, right? So backed by large-scale master plan, we talked about this earlier, MBR City's vision. Meydan Horizon sits within MBR City, a major mixed-use development aiming to blend residential, leisure, retail, entertainment, green space under a unified master plan. Access to lagoon-based lifestyle, resort-style amenities, which we talked about. Right now, growing luxury ecosystem. Okay, a lot of stuff is up and coming. Just like I said, there are more developers coming to Bukadra area as well, that overall area, and strong investment appeal due to scarcity and premium community profile, especially MBR City. Now, why Rove Home? And Rove Home is a strong investment choice. We kind of went over this as well. Fully furnished, turnkey ready, brand recognition and hospitality type quality. appeal to tenants and short-term renters. We're going to look at both those scenarios and of course lower hassle and maintenance burdens because they do provide everything, and it does have a lot of flexibility. You can rent it out, you can lease it out, or you can use it for your personal use. Now let's look at the potential of ROI and capital appreciation. Attractive yield potential, right? For branded mid-market projects near the broader Meydan district, we're looking at around 7 to 8%. For smaller or the compact units like in Rove, we're looking at anywhere from 6.5 to 7.1. We're going to look at the numbers in a bit, but it is definitely above average market yield. Okay, the benchmarks are pretty solid. Capital appreciation is definitely pretty solid. You can pause the screen to let it look into it in more detail, but over the 6-month period, we're looking at around 12.1%. And in the next 3 to 5 years, we believe it will be the same. And of course, the brand plus product premium versus standard apartment supply is very solid because of course there is going to be normal residences over there as well. But having that brand, that Rove Home brand, is definitely going to help you do it. Now, the cash flow table, if we look at it this is of course for a 1-bed. If we look at the long-term and the short-term rental yields, a 1-bed starting from around 1.6 million dirhams. The gross yield, this is for obviously the long-term rentals, this is for the short-term rentals. You guys can see short-terms are always higher, at an average of 10%, but of course we do have some more costs, right? So 25% cost here, 40% there. Still, total costs are pretty solid, but net yield, again, 4.9 and 6% for the short-term rental. That is still pretty solid, but management required is a bit more. This is a whole chart that we made. Basically, you guys can see some of the cash flow. Basically, the blue line is for the short-term, and the yellow line is for the long-term cash flow. It goes all the way from the year of purchase to the amount of money you do make every single year. So it's pretty solid stuff. So this was just a quick presentation on Rove Meydan Horizon. Again, 1-beds are going to be starting from around 1.6 million, 2-beds around 2.4 million. We saw the payment plan, we saw the features, we saw the location, we saw all these things. I always like to remind people, I do work with Aeon Trisl. We are the #1 brokerage for Emaar in Dubai, which is the largest developer in the world outside of China. So whoever you're working with, make sure you check their agency. Agencies really do matter because securing units is a very, very big challenge. Now, us being one of the largest brokerages in Dubai, it is we do get a lot of priority. It's much more easier for us to secure units in high demand projects, especially right now. The EOI process for this is open, and for those of you who it's your first time, EOI basically means expression of interest, where right now the project is ongoing. The developer is taking EOIs or a token amount. The token amount is 50,000 dirhams. Of course, the higher it goes, the more priority you do get, but of course the agency matters as well. So in my opinion, it's a pretty solid project. It's very underrated. In my opinion, the pricing is pretty solid considering it's a completely fully furnished unit. It's a service kind of unit. They do have all the services that you do have. I think you'll make phenomenal rental income, especially for short-term rental. Long-term rentals are pretty good. The fundamentals make sense, and just like we say in our channel all the time, if the fundamentals make sense, it makes money. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments below. You can always reach out at my number at the top right corner. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye for now.